Subject. Been a while. Let's catch up. My last video, super analytical. I wanted it to be, but I think I want to change this channel some. I just want to say that off the bat. I think I just want to make videos about whatever I want to make them about. I don't necessarily um, want to give out any lifting advice. I'm definitely not qualified, but I will share like my journey, like I have been. But just of course looking back, like I almost started it just to like keep myself accountable because I had so much time and I just had like no excuse. um but nowadays I'm just so busy. It's been a month since I posted, it says, and before that 4 months. So, and before that I can see, like, I was a lot more consistent, at least like one a week. And before that, I was doing like freaking 3 or 4 a week just because I had so much time. First off, on the lifting side, big accomplishment. I broke a machine for the first time. Um, Big accomplishment, but also I felt bad about it, of course, because it's not my gym, but the gym that I go to, the only gym I really go to, and I want to respect the equipment. And I felt like I was using it properly. I had been lifting, using this hip thrust with 4 plates and a 10 on each side for months now. And only this session did I move up the weight. I added, I added a 25 on each side rather than a 10. 4 plates and a 25. So the freaking buckle just snapped, and I was fine. It made a loud noise, and I felt bad, like, or for breaking it, and whatever. And I walked to the front desk and I told them straight up, I was like, I broke that shit. Like, I didn't think I was using it improperly or like irresponsibly, but that shit just broke. Uh, and I was there actually literally today, and they had it fixed already. So that's in like 1 week they fixed it, which is good. But then today, when I was going to use it in my lift, I actually read the thing, and it does say max load 360 pounds. I was doing 50 pounds more than the max said that you should. And now I need to find a solution for hip thrust because I just did 3 plates instead of like the 4 1/4. I guess the max load would be 4. I could have done 4 plates instead of 3, but I didn't want to friggin' break the new one. Or maybe I should have just abused the new one. Who knows? But I think I'll just do it with the freaking barbell. Like, I can't do it with the machine, whatever. That's that. But let's catch up about life, man. Just where I've been, what I've been doing. So, school wise, since last we've spoken, the fall semester has ended. I'm a senior in college, so just trying to finish out. And it's taken me a while. So this fall ended, and I did fail a class. Just say that right off the bat, take some accountability for that. Definitely could have applied myself more and done better. That's for sure. But I'm going to retake it, and it shouldn't delay my graduation, although my graduation is already delayed. So, not like, I'm on my own timeline, but compared to like when I started, I should have finished this last spring. Did I say the end of the fall? It was the end of the spring. I should have finished this last spring. And I saw everybody around me finish. I saw my girlfriend finish, and I saw all my friends finish. Of course, like I said, I'm on my own timeline. Everybody's at their own pace, whatever. That's what everybody tells you. That's what, my parents say, or like my girlfriend would say, or they'll say my degree's really hard and very valuable, and, that I am where I am in life, and it's still good. And like, that's how I feel, right? That's how I feel. I'm really not worried about it. But, bro, of course, there's that part in me that's like, you're not, like, you are behind. Like, there's part of me that feels bad for myself in a way that's like, I don't know, just like almost like makes like a chip on my shoulder for no reason. But it's not that I'm like so emotional about it. Like, I'm not so sad about it. Like, I love where I'm at in life, and I really hope that I just finish this degree in general. That would be huge for me. So, like, I'm on a good path career wise and school wise. it really doesn't matter. But um, I think Michael Jordan has that like little snippet where he's like, I just needed somebody to say something, you know? I don't know if that's him, but that was how I felt about this. Like, normally I'm like, I'm a pretty chill guy. Everybody knows I'm a chill guy. But yeah, I just needed, I use things like that as motivation, is what I'm trying to say. So, um, I kind of let myself get upset about it. And that's my way of like coping and dealing with it and my emotions. And it honestly makes me feel good. It'll make me feel that much better when I do finish. And it makes me want to work that much harder. So, yeah, I'm behind in school. I'm a failure. Failed the class, behind everybody, saw everybody graduate. I'm like, oh, I'm really like down in the dumps. Like, I'm just at the bottom. But then once I finish and once I graduate, I'll be like, oh, like I have my degree and I have my job and whatever. Speaking of my job, see, so that's why the graduation is already delayed. And I did the video before, so I posted a month ago, and then before that it was 4 months. So, and before back those 4 months ago is when I was super consistent. And 4 months ago is when I made the video talking about getting a new job. And I've since taken that video down just because I don't want my job to be public. The point is, it's better for my career. So I have my foot in the door. I got another opportunity, stuck my foot in that door, and I'll graduate eventually and I'll wedge it open and I'll thrust into whatever is to come. Like I thrust that hip thrust to fucking death. I broke that shit. Anyways, like I said, I'm going to change the channel a bit. So I'm just going to post whatever I feel like, honestly. Like whatever I just want to put out there. I don't want it to necessarily just be lifting. I want to share other parts of my life. I want to share like maybe if I travel. I want to share if I play a game and have a good time. So there's just more that I want to put out there, honestly, just for myself. So I'm going to be doing that. There's not just going to be lifting content. Let's catch up about the gym, though, because, it's been a while, and that is a big part of what I want to talk about. The program started well 3 months ago. I'm getting to the end of it. I'm at about week 10, and so that means there's 2 weeks left. Started super well, had a lot of momentum. Recently, my leg strength has been a question, but my pulling strength is nonstop increasing. So, got to get some things on track about that. It was like 2 weeks ago, I did 375 for 7. I'm talking on squat. I did this 375 for 7, and it was maybe like RPE 9 or RPE 8. And it was super hard, and I was like, that was probably RPE 10. And then the next week, I go and I played football in the middle of the week, and I wasn't used to that, so I knew my legs were just going to be a different sort of fatigued. I played on Wednesday, and I squatted on Friday, and I was definitely fatigued from it, but I had 5 reps RPE 9, which, I went from 7, whatever, maybe the 375 was supposed to be like RPE 8, and I felt good. Now I'm like a little extra sore, and I'm trying to do 5 reps RPE 9, much more intense, and less reps, so I could probably do more weight. So I was like, I'll just do like the 375 again, and I'll do it for like 5. I'm not feeling that strong, and I did it, and I freaking barely eked it out. It was freaking tough, and the back downs were 315, and I was able to do that. That was fine. This week I come in, I feel much better, feeling really good, and I had 5 reps RPE 8 or something, or 7 maybe even, and I was like, now that I'm feeling good, like this 375 is gonna move. And warming up I felt fine, but I did the 375 and I failed it, and I haven't failed since failed a squat in particular since my 405 for 5 attempt. So I mean, it's good to practice failing, definitely. I'm not like upset about it, but I did think it was going to move, and I guess it was just a self-coaching mishap. And I think what it is I'm so used to moving like 10 pounds, 5 pounds per session, like something just like always going up. And the day of the football thing, like I thought that I was like I did this 375. Like I felt fatigued. I did it for 5. I thought it would be intense, and it was. But I don't know what it was this week. I just should have done less, I guess. I don't know. Or should have tried harder. I gave it all I got. I felt like I did. Now we're going to talk about something weird as hell. The Tower. What does that mean? What is The Tower? So I was reading this book series. I've been reading this book series all throughout college. It's a 7-book series by Stephen King, very famous, The Dark Tower. It's not really a horror thing at all. It's like a fantasy, like, I don't know, adult Harry Potter-esque. Like, it's just like its own crazy universe, whatever. There's cool shit. It's about the gunslinger and him on his path to the tower. 7 books, like I mentioned, each one thick as hell. It's like a Harry Potter series. I've said that twice now. I've been reading it throughout college, and I would typically like read book 1, read some other book, read book 2, read some other book, read book 3, read some other books, and just to like, you know, keep it fresh, not let it run out. And I was on book 7. I got to the very end. I was probably less than 100 pages from the end, and I was leaving to visit my family, and it was due back at the library, so I turned it in, and I never got it back. I was really just lazy from not getting it at the library again, and also, like, you know, I didn't want the story to end. But I went to a jewelry store at a mall recently to actually get this chain right here fixed. While it was getting fixed, I just like walked around the mall. There's a bookstore. I was like, let me see if I can go into the bookstore, find the book, and I'm gonna just finish it right here, right now. Like, I had an hour, so there was plenty of time to read whatever amount of pages it would be. So I go in, they have the book. I sit down, I read it, I finish it. So now anybody who's reading this series or plans to read this series, I'm gonna spoil the end of it. So don't watch if you don't want it to be spoiled. The Gunslinger, Roland. All across these 7 books, thousands of pages, we followed him. We've seen characters come in, be part of his family, basically like they're like family, and he finally gets to the tower, and he's alone. And we always knew he was going to be alone. I believe in the first book, it was like prophesized. It was like everybody around you is going to die. You're going to see them all die. But he will not leave this path to the tower. He gets there, and he enters the tower. As he goes up the floors, he is looking into chapters of his life. The first floor is like being born. Second floor is like some memorable stuff from when he's a kid. It's all stuff that's been recounted in the books. Like, they take us through scenes of his past during the book, and now at the very end, he is taken through these scenes of his past. And he climbs the tower, you know, hundreds of floors, each floor being some part of his life. And he finally climbs the tower and is basically sent back to the start of where we pick up the first book. And it's basically like, the man in black fled across the desert and the gunslinger followed. And all throughout this book, we're like told these like mystical elements that are part of it are like the path of the beam. And the fact that the gunslinger, Roland, is drawn to this path of the beam. And they look up at the sky, the clouds are moving in that direction. You know, the birds are flying that way, and they're going that way. Everybody and everything is drawn to this tower, basically. How does that all apply to us? Life sometimes is that dramatic, but not really. This is a story. So for us, I think it's just about that enjoying the journey is loving what you do. You know, like, I'm in school for so long, like, enjoy the classes, learn from the things, like, do the homework and really understand fundamental problems and how our physical world works and interacts with itself. How it applies to work is be prideful about the work that you do, and when you put your name on something and want to do a good job for the people in front of you, like your boss and their boss, and want to do a good job because it has your name on it and this is your work. Own your work. Then when it comes to the gym, like, don't just work out because you're motivated. Don't just work out because you want to be jack stacked, succulent, juicy, veiny, all these things. Work out because you like doing it, and stay patient along the way. Like, I failed the 375. Like, in this case, I don't think my ego got in front of me, but if I look back 3 months ago attempting the 405 for 5, like, that was more of an ego thing, and that's okay to do sometimes. I think I'm fine with that. I'm not going to change that. But on maybe somebody who's at a different point can realize, like, being patient means, like, finding a program, sticking to it, doing it consistently, not making crazy weight jumps. Like I'm saying, like, do it once in a while. Like, yeah, test yourself, push yourself for sure. There needs to be times where you don't hold back. But also checking the ego at the door is part of getting better, I think. And just enjoying the process, like knowing, you're not going to have 315 bench today. But today you can do whatever the next step is to get there. That's all. Have a good one.